Oosh. All right, YouTube, we are back with another softball video. Today we are with Mr. Big Daddy Hacks himself, Travis Holcomb, holding the bat here right now. Travis is an Anarchy rep and one of the best hitters in Minnesota. The dude hits absolute nukes. With the nerd shirt on, we got Mr. Brandon Mueller, one of the best shortstops in Minnesota. Today we're going to be reviewing the Anarchy Aurora new LC bat. Trav right now is going in excruciating details over the specs of the bat and all the details of why this bat is so buttery. But unfortunately, there was a bunch of screaming kids in the background and you could not hear anything he was saying. So we're doing a voiceover here, but I will post the specs right here. We are actually mid-tournament with this bat. We are playing in an Annandale 4th of July tournament. Typically don't get to play with Trav or Brandon just because their cards are too high. But in these Carney tournaments, we get to just stack our teams and just have a bunch of monsters on it. So we actually just got done with Trav hitting a walk-off right away after this game. We went over to the next field and we're reviewing this bat. So we had a bunch of softball horrors kind of together, BP'd for about an hour together, and we will get to some of that. So let's do it.
Hitting. We got the Razzo ASA 52-300s, got a mix of tattoo synthetic covers. So we're going to be hitting all these. A lot of the other bats you can hit the 40-50-75. This is true LC, so we're going to be hitting nothing but 52-300s and some leathers, but we have a lot of mostly synthetics mixed in there.
So in typical BP fashion, just started with some tap backs, hitting the ball back to Brandon, finding that barrel. This is a balanced bat, so I was trying to get used to that. I was swinging the Syndicate, which was the half-ounce end-load version of this bat. But the very first swing of this bat was an Opotaka home run. I think the first 3 swings of this bat were bombs with it, so that's nice. I typically like a balanced bat. I swing an end-load just because it's what my Black Sheep is typically, and I love the Black Sheep feel, but I love the feel of a balanced bat. And the one thing that I really liked about this bat was the barrel was much more forgiving than my Syndicate, and I think a lot of that had to do with the barrel size, but also was an LC version of the bat. Later on, we compared the LC and the Anarchy X-Core together and kind of 91. Put them side by side. You could hear the difference in the LC bat. The only thing I would have to worry about the LC bat is the durability. When I'm swinging Anarchy, the reason I'm swinging Anarchy is for the endurance and durability of the bat. And if this LC lasts as long as those X cores, this thing is definitely a step above. Trav's looks like it has like 10,000 cuts on it. It looks like it had been beat up and webbed and put through the ringer. He said he had handed it out to a bunch of people swinging it, and there was no cuts on it yet. So that's a good sign for the durability of this bat. But Trav's hitting absolutely laser shots here. All right, breaking it up. What's your thought process when you go to BP? Like, what are you thinking about there? Obviously, here we're just swinging the new bat, but you thinking about anything when you BP?
When I BP, it depends. Like, early in the week, when I'm putting in the work, it's working on things. Like, if it depends on my strong point, I feel like it's so many years of coming up in the game. The backside is real comfortable. Right center to right's real comfortable. So I work more center to left because so many years of doing it, that almost seems more awkward to me. So a lot of times when you do BP, be like, all you do is pull and swing for bombs. So that's what I'm doing. I'm more working on the pull swing because it doesn't feel as natural. Like coming up from E, D, C, so many years in the Panhandle doing that, we had to live that way. So just so many hours and so many years of hitting, that's like second nature to me. But I will work on, especially if I've been off for a little while, timing's off a little bit. The first early of the week BP will be backside, middle, working on things, maybe setting cones up. Brandon and I will kind of play target games. When we get towards an event, it's more about getting loose, especially BP before an event. Like we go take BP right before we play, just getting the back loose, getting the swing down, making sure everything feels good coming off, and good contact, and just a nice hard swing. So you go in the game feeling confident.
You always live swinging or T swinging or combo? What's your
Steel Lewis putting on T work. I was one of those guys that at a cut swing didn't think that T work worked for me because of how I cut. He put me wrong, one of the best swings ever in the game. And since he put me on that, if I feel like I'm off, even if I'm having a good day, I know my swing. I know if I'm having a good day or not. I could be not making it out, and everybody's all about it, but I know it's not hitting like me. I'll go to that T-work.
Yep.
If you feel like you're off at all, T-work will get you the mechanics. Then get into the pitching so you can apply what you learned mechanically, what you figured out, to now your timing. So unless you have somebody that can pitch you perfect every time right here, it's going to be really hard to figure out what you're doing mechanically.
Yep. Awesome.
So T-work's, you got to do it.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. All right. 34, new tap back record. Then Mr. Brandon Mueller's taking
There you
this
go,
thing for
nice.
a spin. He has a beautiful cut swing,
swing.
and you should see him play shortstop. An absolute animal. His body was cut up and dirty. We played 12 games in 2 days between men's and co-ed, and he was diving for balls every single day. But taking this thing for a ride, hitting a bunch of bombs here, and hearing some of his BP advice.
All right, so one of the things, you took a couple swings and then you said, I'm doing the jumping thing. What was kind of the reset there? You did said, I'm doing the jumping thing, then the next three, you took a step out, next three at bats were all gap swings. What were you doing there? What was the reset?
So what happens a lot of times is some people tend to like swing too hard, right? And so what happens is your front foot plants before your swing. So you're trying to almost make your body do one extra thing without just swinging straight through. So when you realize that, and it's very hard to realize that because if anybody's like me, it's hard for me to like dissect my swing when you're so focused on where you're hitting, how you're hitting. And if you're not hitting very good, it's obviously very hard to kind of dissect that, right?
Yep.
So the easiest thing to do is just a reset, and then just focus on nice easy half swings, jump up to 3/4 swings, and then jump up to like full 100% swings.
Just trying to find barrel?
Just trying to find barrel, because that'll get you to reset your body and just focus more so on making contact with the barrel. And so that's just kind of how you reset and everything like that. So
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Then in our second round of BP, we started off with some X-Core Anarchy bats and compared it with the LC. And again, one of the biggest differences for me was how forgiving the LC barrel was. My X-Core is definitely not broken in. I didn't think the LC was at the top end of my X-Core, my Disciple that I had when it opened up. But it was definitely above my Syndicate, where my Syndicate, it needs still like 1,000 cuts. You can hear the difference. You can feel the difference off of the bat. And almost felt more like that Monster soft barrel, which I thoroughly enjoy with a bat. I think my Syndicate's just a little bit too tough. But again, the X-Cores break in, and then I enjoy them. It just takes a while to break in, which is nice. So as long as the durability of these bats doesn't become an issue like it is with the Monsters, I would rate this an 8.5 or 9 out of 10, especially once it starts to open up and really get cooking. I think it could be a great blend between the Monsters performance, which for me hasn't been touched yet with any bat in ASA, with the Anarchy durability. And that's something that I really value with how much BP I take and how much I really enjoy taking my BP bat to the game. I think that's one of the things I struggle with the Monsters, is you can't swing them in BP because they will absolutely break before you get them to the game. And if this could be a bat that has that middle ground where you can BP with it and play it in a game, that would be amazing. All in all, I'm super grateful for Trav and Brandon letting me try this bat out and for carrying us to our co-ed championship. Our men's tournament got rained out, but Trav also hit another walk-off in the championship game here, batting me in, driving me all the way home, first to third, first to home. Let's go, walk-off in the championship game. What a dog.
Let's go, Holcomb. Mr. Walkoff himself, what do you got for the people?
Oh, we did it yesterday in the men's. We had to do it. We're in the co-ed. And I knew when you came through with that clutch, blowing the old guy up the middle.
And go ahead.
But, buddy, I thought that was going to be too far right. As soon as I flicked it, I was like too far right.
Right off the rack, though. Right off the rack. Can't make it up. Let's go, Dobbs.